Hi guys, I wanted to go over some algebra, adding and subtracting fractions. Granted, you have calculators and you can add and subtract fractions that way, but eventually when you get to module 5, you'll have trig identities or trig functions that you'll have to work with, and you can't punch those into the calculator to add and subtract. So, um, just going to write a quick example here. Now, this would be the ideal situation, 3 over 8 plus 2 over 8, because they're common denominators. So, if you have common denominators, then yes, you want to keep the denominator and do whatever the numerator says. However, what happens when you don't have common denominators? So some of you make them common denominators and go on from there. I'm just going to introduce a new method. You don't have to use it, but at least you'll have it in your arsenal just in case, especially when you get to module 5, which I always title crisscross applesauce. So you always go left and down first. And crisscross applesauce is a cross multiplication method. So cross multiply. Chris, 1 times 7 gives me 7. Since there is a plus between the two fractions, I'm going to write plus. And then cross. 5 times 2 gives me 10. And finally, over applesauce. 5 times 7 is 35. And that would give me 17 over 35. So again, crisscross applesauce. It always has to be left and down first. Why left and down first with that 1 times 7? Because with adding it won't really matter. However, with subtracting it will. So I'm going to use the same two fractions, except this time I'm going to subtract them rather than add them. So subtracting, it doesn't matter what comes first. So make sure you're always going left and down first, just out of habit. 1 times 7 still gives me 7. And now this time, because between the two fractions there is a subtraction instead of an addition operation, you're going to write minus. Everything else stays the same. So from here, you do Chris and then cross, which is 10 over applesauce. Multiply the two denominators. And in this case, 7 minus 10 would give me negative 3 over 35. So adding and subtracting fractions, when they don't have common denominators, you can do the whole crisscross applesauce. Now, if you are multiplying fractions, so let's just say I'm multiplying 3 over 5 times 2 over 7. If I'm multiplying fractions, make sure you simply multiply straight across, which would give me 6 over 35. And this one will be a quick one because, there's no crisscross applesauce, but multiplying fractions just go straight across, always. And for dividing fractions, let's just say 1 over 3 divided by 5 over 7. We always keep, change, and flip. There is no such operation as dividing fractions for us. So we're going to keep it, change it into multiplication, and flip the second fraction. So again, now we're back to multiplying fractions. When we multiply, we simply go straight across, numerator with the numerator, denominator with the denominator. And I hope this helps you guys.